morning, you beautiful, radiant being. How are you? Nice to see you. It's Lila here. I'm the author of The Reinvented Woman, The Best Ways to Enjoy Life to the Fullest Without Sacrificing Your Femininity. And I help ambitious leaders really feel their true power and get the energy they need to reach higher levels in their relationships, in their health, in their businesses without feeling exhausted. So that's what we're going to talk about today, not feeling exhausted. And I just realized my headset wasn't on, so I hope you can hear me. I hope you heard all that. And if you didn't, it doesn't matter because it's about me and I'm here for you. So good morning. Today I'm here to talk about shoulders. How many of you have shoulders that don't feel so great? Have shoulders that kind of get tired, get heavy, sore, tight, have a little twinge in it maybe somewhere. So if that's you, this video is for you. It's yesterday I talked about step 1 of the system, the 10 days, and it was radiant heart. So this idea that you need to go inside your body and pause to expand and open in your heart space, radiant heart. And then in the physical form, what happens is your rib cage grows, not only on the front side or the sides, but also on the back. So that's what we talked about yesterday, was the rib cage and how the buoyancy, even your rib cage floating up away from gravity, up away from the earth. If you only watch that one video, it can totally change your life. If you never watch anything I ever did again or heard anything ever again about exercise, this is my opinion. If you keep radiant heart, if you keep your rib cage lifted up away from the earth at all times, when you're moving, when you're bending over, even the ribs lifting up, your entire life will change. You'll feel better. You'll be more open. You'll be all the things I talked about yesterday. Today we're here to talk about shoulders. So how do you get your shoulders to float? Here's how. It's really the ribs, okay? Just like yesterday, we talked about the ribs opening. So now we're going to bring a next level of awareness, basically. Another level of awareness to your body-mind system is what we're doing. So the rib cage, if it's just kind of collapsed and closed, you'll see the shoulders are heavy. They're laying on top of the rib cage. Your rib cage, hello, who's ever there? So good to see you. I love seeing people in the morning. It's really early, I know, here in Colorado, and I don't know where you are. I have a bunch of friends on the East Coast. I have some West Coast and other countries, but good morning, and if it's not morning, good afternoon or good evening. So, or maybe even good night. Maybe you're laying in bed somewhere on the other side of the world. So good evening to you. Okay, we're going to talk about the shoulders. So, and if you're watching this later, thanks for caring about yourself. Really, that's what this is about. Thanks for caring about your body, about your mind, about learning a new paradigm. That's what we're talking about. Your shoulders, so sometimes people might say, put your shoulders down your back. Good posture. Or you might be a girl, or you'll see a lot of photos, for example, even my photos from quite a few years ago, what I used to always be like, oh, so cute. So we collapse in the front maybe because we want to be cute, or we want to hide, or we want to protect our heart. And then we may want to stand up like this because we're trying to, look a certain way or be smaller, in the front. This kind of makes you look smaller in the front than this. There's also, from an emotional standpoint, if you are always closing off the backside, you may be closing off your past. You may be not wanting to look at stuff that happened. And I know that was my case when I started opening up the back of my shoulders, the space between my shoulders. I really started emotionally releasing a lot of things that happened to me in the past and that I did in the past, and all of this stuff, and it was very emotional. It was all right. So I just want to share that with you, and I know I say that in the other videos, but I want you to know that the work that you do with your body holds emotion. So I only say that because I work with people with this system and I see that, and then I work with them that. I'm running a program this fall that I'm so excited about, where we're doing this whole yoga system, but also working through the mental emotional challenges, because we're an entire system. We're not just the body, we're not just the mind, we're not just the emotions, spirit, all that. We're all of it. So back to the shoulders. The first thing you do is fill up Radiant Heart. Hello, Emily. Welcome, Chica. This is so good. I guarantee you got some, maybe, some shoulder challenges. If you got a new baby, you got to hold. So this will help you, honey. Ribs full first. Yesterday's lesson, Radiant Heart. And then the shoulders, instead of thinking about the shoulders doing a whole lot, thinking about them riding, floating on top of the rib cage. So it literally takes your mind to know that your body is different than you thought. Your rib cage is meant to be floaty so that your shoulders on the back and your collarbones on the front can float. So you want to have that floaty feeling, and here's the direction. Here's the directionality of it. Okay, so you want to think about yourself kind of like a bird spreading its wings. And the rib cage, you'll see a bird. It doesn't just start flying. It goes and fills up, and then it spreads its wings. So that's what you want. I want you to fly, pretty, pretty, pretty people. Fly, fly. And that's what this is going to help you do. Let your rib cage, and what does it mean to fly? It means to feel better, lift it up, have a positive attitude, see a new way, have hope, not get down and out on a rainy day, not look at the politics that's going on and be woohoo, bummered about it. No, we don't have to be. You can use your body, lift up from the ribs. Let your shoulder blades now go, instead of down and back, they go wide and then up into a V shape, like you're a winner, chicken dinner. That's what I want you to feel, that sense of winning, of victory. And you don't have to. You may feel that already. It's okay. And you may not want to feel that. That's okay too. You're not going to want to feel it at 10 o'clock at night. You're going to want to be in a ball and hang out and relax. But during the day, if you're a person who does a lot, if you're a person who needs more energy, if you're a person who's a leader and wants to, emote some sort of excitement or inspire people like this. Hey, Britt, you inspire me, Chica. Speaking of inspiring people, I'll tell you what, there's certain people in this world who have a smile. Both of you women here, Emily and Britt, that I see, there's certain people who have a smile on their face and bring a certain kind of sunshine to the room, and you're that. So thank you. Thank you for bringing sunshine. It's so visible even on Facebook. I know we don't all have sunshiny days, but there's certain people who choose, and this is a posture of victory, of sunshiny heartness. So that's what I'm talking about. You can choose. Heart, hey, I love that stuff. Heart, back to you. So this is Radiant Heart. Fill up first, ribs. Let the shoulders go wide and up. Okay, not down and back anymore. Ribs full on the back, shoulders wide, and then even collarbones. So wide. There's not very many women who are going to tell you ladies to get wider, but I am. And my teacher, Desi Springer and John Friend, they taught me the same thing, that if you get wider, you will get longer. It doesn't make sense maybe in your brain. It doesn't matter. Just try it out. Don't believe anything I say. Just try it and see what happens. You'll notice when you go wider, you'll get this feeling. Like you'll want to release tension. Your spine is going to start to let go. When your spine lets go of tension this way, it can lengthen this way. So this is I'm teaching you the 10 steps of the Bowspring system, and then we'll talk more later about how to put it all together and move it and bounce it and spring it and really get in tune with yourself so that you can be stronger, leader, have more energy, really be a deeper listener. I was thinking about that this morning, like what does it take to really be a good listener? And I would say presence in your own self, really. And so that's what this is a lot about. There's, with deep listening, we could talk about another time, but this process of going inside is really special. So with your collarbones, I know I said you can even see with my collarbones, so I can be a little bit insecure sometimes, right? I got my face in front of all y'all. I'm a little bit nervous sometimes. So my body reflects that. How does that reflect? And I've been a little heartbroken in my life, and I'm working on opening my heart. And so my body reflects that heartbrokenness, even though I've worked on that and let go physically and opened. It's a process. It's a life journey. So you'll see in collarbones, and you may have the same. Look at your collarbones in the mirror, ladies and gentlemen. You'll see mine are a little bit kind of like closed like this because I get nervous. If I get nervous and if I don't feel loved, this will be my posture a little bit. I'm just kind of like, this feels comforting. This feels soothing even to me. But when I want to open, wide, 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 a friend told me I heard because I didn't ask how about her. Oh, sweet pea, I love this. We've all been there. Emily said I need to work on listening. A friend told me I heard her recently because I didn't ask about her. And I'll honor where you are, Emily. You're in a really new place in your life. You have all this newness and it's exciting and you want your friends to hear about it. And when you go into your heart, like I'm sharing today, even just go into your body, you can bring your awareness to your big toe. You got a lot going on, so the brain is going bing, 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 bing. So you meet people and you're like bing, 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 bing. So this is just a simple practice. It's beautiful that you recognize that. I want you to know Eckhart Tolle says that just when you bring your awareness to something you're doing, you're lifting your consciousness. You're bringing a new level of awareness, a new level of awakening, a new level of potentiality for connection with your friend, even in that heart space. So I honor that. To be able to recognize, I recognized it too. I wasn't as deep of a listener as I wanted to be, and I continue to work on it. I interrupt people because I get excited about what I'm sharing or what they're saying. I have an opinion about everything sometimes, and I'm working on it. So thank you for working on it too, sweets. And just let your friend know that you're working on it. I think sometimes just letting them know, I got a lot going on in my brain and I need to create a little bit more space in between thoughts. One way to do that is even when you're with your friend, it might feel like you're not listening. You don't have to listen from your ears or your head. I'm on a mission right now to get everybody out of their head, right? I'm going to go on and on and on about it, but you don't have to you can live in your knee, you can live in your toe, you can live in your shoulder, you can live in your finger. Your awareness isn't the head, it's everywhere. This is just where the brain lives, it's a processing system. You have all of this, so use it as a listening tool. Yay, hearts, I love it. Yeah, if this makes sense to anybody in terms of listening, I didn't know this would go here, but I love this topic because it's with relationships, with your own health, with what to eat for dinner. I mean, sometimes all you just got to do is pause and ask your heart, heart, what are you calling for? Or even when you're sitting across from a friend, I love having coffee with friends. And sometimes I'll sit and just listen and if they feel stuck or something, I'll kind of from my heart, I won't say it out loud, but from my heart, I'll say to their heart, heart, what do you most need right now? And usually something will come up for them, and I don't say anything. It's just a matter of my heart being with them. Some of this may work for you, some of it may not. Just practice and try it out. Back to shoulders floating. I love that we're even talking about listening because bringing your awareness to your heart is really a good way to listen. Bring even your gut, down to the belly, getting down in there. We'll talk about the belly in another day. But tomorrow we're going to talk about the arms. Because you probably most of the time, let me ask you, how many of you have your arms bent most of the time? And how many of you have your arms straight sometimes even? You'll notice, I bet, most people all around the world, Americans aren't any different. Anybody that, most people that are in any sort of developed or even developed being, the arms are often bent. So there's not really, and why does that matter with the shoulders? I'll give you a little peekaboo in tomorrow. So you'll see the shoulders, if my arms are bent, how hard it is to get the shoulders to widen. Arms straight, shoulders widen. So you have the arms bent. This is where you are probably most of the time. The elbows back. So elbows forward, arms straight. We're going to talk more about the arms tomorrow. We'll talk about some spiraling of the muscles. We'll talk about the arms and the bones. We'll even talk about the hollow spaces in the armpits and the elbows and the wrists. But thank you for being here. I'm just really grateful to have this platform to come on and share the stuff that I'm so passionate about, that's changed my life and that changes the life of so many people. And it's, the way I see it is if it just helps one person, if one of you practice Radiant Heart today, tomorrow, yesterday, whenever, hey, it's so good to see you. Thanks for the likes. Even if it helps you be more patient with one person, listen a little bit more, forgive somebody maybe for something they've done, feel a little bit more energy to do that one more thing that you want to get done so it doesn't stress you out. Whatever it is, that's why I love coming on. I'm a morning person. I have a lot of energy in the morning. And so some of you may have a lot of energy in the morning, some of you may not. And I want you to know that this practice and if you want some more ideas with around food and some other practices. I can just drop me a personal message. We can chat, but this will give you more energy, because your body may be just kind of weighing you down, and then your mind then gets kind of weighed down, and then everything in your life gets kind of weighed down, right? So if you get your heart light, your shoulders float, your wings spread, parts of your life can be brighter, lighter, sweeter, more loving, even more dynamic. You can have more movement in your relationships, create more money in your business, wealth in your and abundance in all parts of your life, and your health especially. Like, you, just the fact, if you bring awareness to these different parts of you, you can lose weight quicker. I mean, I'm not kidding you. There's a woman here who did not, all she did was come to class for like 6 months and lay on the floor mostly. She did not do a bunch of yoga poses. You'll see me on these videos going upside down, inside out, all the way around like a monkey. And I love that stuff. I'm fortunate that I've been able to let myself play, really, is really what it comes down to. And this woman was overweight, and she came in, she just laid on the floor. She listened. She got her awareness in her body, and she did it sort of in her body, but she didn't do anything. She just covered herself up because she was embarrassed and she didn't want to be there. And somebody brought her, and she came. For 6 months, she lost 50 pounds. 50 pounds from just bringing her awareness to her body and doing some things mentally. A little bit she would do, move around, put her feet on the wall, but nothing crazy. 50 pounds. She changed some eating habits and all that, but it came with the awareness. So that's what this is about. It's like, there's so many benefits to all of the body stuff. Your body is your temple. Your body is what your soul carries around through this earthly existence during this lifetime. So if you're like me, and you want to choose to take even just a little better care of yourself today, let your breath come into your ribs and open up your heart. Let your shoulders float. Let yourself physically just be a little bit lighter, and see what happens in your life. See what happens in your relationships, in the way you feel, and your energy. Okay? I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a beautiful soul on this planet with me on this lifetime. You are radiant, you are beautiful, you're precious, you deserve so much more than you'll ever know. Ask for more, ask for more, ask for more. I love you. Namaste, friends.